Awesome. Hello, hello. Welcome to the live. We're gonna just wait for some people to roll on in, but people who get to watch this in the future when we download it, I started off, I was trying to start the live, and I definitely thought we were live, and I was trying to figure out if we were, and it was a whole thing. I'm just a very old person.
Don't say that.
Stawski
I'm
Music
older.
has joined. Let's get you on up here. Request is sent. We've got Bremy again today.
Hello.
Oh,
What's up?
How are you guys doing?
We're good. We'll give it a minute in case anyone wants to join. We were just talking about how you can hear Bremmy's licking in the background.
Wait, I want to see her. Point it that way.
yeah, you can just move it where it needs to go.
Oh, sorry, I probably messed it up. But I'll see you.
Oh, there she is.
Bremmy,
Girlfriend.
please stop licking.
How old is she again?
Like one. That's all we know.
Giving you the evil eye.
He's like, I just let me keep licking, please.
She'll lick your arm for 30 minutes if you let her. She just licks everything all the time. Now she's licking the bed cover.
It's like my mom's dog. She literally licks everything. I think it's like a nervous tick or something she read. But
Yeah, it's just like an OCD thing, is what I read.
Also, like, what kind of dog is your mom's dog?
Oh.
Oh my God. She's a Yorkie.
Okay.
And she looks pretty ragged usually, but when she gets her haircut, it's like $50. But she looks like so cute. Oh my gosh. I have to send you a picture. I think I probably sent Faith a ton of pictures, but
Yeah, but you should send me a really good one.
Yeah,
I'll send you a good one. My brother got a kitten, which is now like, I don't know, like a teenage cat or something, but they always fight with each other. And so like you always have to have someone at the house to like guard them. But
yeah, literally, that's like her and Boo, Hunter's cat. It's like you gotta keep an eye out at all times because she's either gonna look for the cat or look for the food.
yeah, well, they eat each other's food and they look identical, like the two types of food, so we can never tell. But I'm pretty sure the cat eats a lot of the dogs and vice versa. But it's very jealous too. Oh my God, she gets in like her little like licking frenzies whenever we pay too much attention to the cat. But
oh my gosh.
yeah. Oh, also, happy birthday. I told Faith to tell you, but how'd your birthday go?
Thanks.
Yeah. You do anything fun?
No, not at all. Just another pandemic birthday in the books, you know?
Yeah. That's my second one too, and I did not think I'd have a second one, but here we are.
Oh man, here we are.
Mine's a year, so we'll see
See
what's
if we
happening.
make it.
Yeah. Hopefully yours isn't in lockdown too. That'd be pretty depressing, but
Oh God, that'd be November.
we at least like bars and stuff are open there. You can do stuff. I can't remember. Are you guys vaccinated? Did you get your first shot?
Yeah, we both had our first shot, and then she's gonna get hers. What, do you have your scheduled yet?
Tuesday.
Oh yeah, so she's gonna get hers on
Nice.
Tuesday, and then I still have to book mine.
You should do
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get Pfizer, Moderna?
Pfizer? What about?
I got Pfizer. Me and Jackie got Pfizer. I told Faith, but Jackie didn't feel anything the second dose, but I felt like garbage, like wipe me out. But it only lasts a day, so.
Well, that's good. I've heard the second one is pretty brutal, but
Yeah, I think it just, yeah, it depends on the person. Like it's like 50-50. Some people don't feel anything, but
I
nice to have them.
got his second shot, and he came back to work, and within like 2 hours, he was like, I feel like I did 3 shots of tequila, and it's building up, and I'm waiting on it to kick in. And
Yeah, it hit me after like 10 hours, and it was just like immediate. But
yeah, honestly. But even after the first shot, it was like as long as you like moved your arm after you got like her arm, she was done. She couldn't move her arm for like a day or two. But like if you move it around afterwards, it was like totally fine.
yeah. But I'm just glad to have it. I'm glad that I think like this Saturday is when I'm like 2 weeks, so I'll be good. Not that I'm going out, but
yeah, it's good to have. You never know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But how has quarantine and the pandemic and everything been for you?
It's been, I've I've been I'm in Pittsburgh, obviously, but I've been pretty, like, stay at home. Like, my big thing is Sundays, like, we'll go to the grocery store, but we haven't done anything. Like, I got back from LA early August, and then since then I've just been working and, like, not doing much. So I'm excited to, like, for things to start opening back up. I'm still, like, always a little bit weary, but it'll be good. I'm glad. How about you guys? You guys staying in mostly, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. We've ventured a couple times, but not anything crazy.
Yeah. That's how it is. Nashville's, like, pretty open though. Like, I don't even know if there's capacity anymore at bars.
You go to Broadway, it doesn't exist.
I know.
I hear about, like, even Maryland, they don't even have, like, sit down dining. Yeah, but, like, here everything's open. But, like, so wait, when did you move to LA again? Was that, like,
I moved to LA like March 5th. It was literally like a week before lockdown because me and my girlfriend went to Big Sur, which is, like, up the coast, and then by the time we got back, we heard about, like, the 2-week lockdown, and I was like, oh my God, that's insane. And then it just kind of went from there. So a week into moving there was when everything shut down. So it was, like, a pretty place to have lockdown, but it was bad timing, I suppose.
yeah, so
Right on time.
had you heard anything about, like, COVID or anything, like, before you moved, or was it just pretty much, like, there and then all of a sudden, you know, you're hearing about the lockdown and everything?
I think it was, like, talked about, but I don't think anyone imagined it would even be a thing. I feel like, I know everybody says this, but I feel like I had it in February because I was around someone that had it in Nashville. By the time I got to Pittsburgh, I was, like, out for a week, like, feeling like garbage. But yeah, when I moved to LA in March, because I remember my mom went through LAX and went back home, and I was like, haha, COVID, but, like, no one thought it was like a thing. Like, I went out that weekend to this thing, an emo night in LA, and it was, like, completely packed. No one was worried about it. And then 2 weeks later was when everything started. So.
And then 2 weeks became forever.
Now, yeah. And
then, later, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you guys had it, but with all the protests, there were like additional lockdowns, at least for LA, and in Santa Monica it was stricter because there were a lot of protests. And so some of the lockdowns were like 4 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I just moved to California. And, like, I would walk to, like, a coffee shop and then just walk around my block and then just drive to the beach, which was definitely nice, but, like, did not go to anything, which some things were opening up by the time I left, but, like, I was just not chancing it. So
yeah, that's fair.
Outside of outdoor dining, nothing really, like, for a little while you couldn't go to anything that was indoors.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing that happened here.
Well,
outside of that, it was like
Nashville was bad for a while. I was, like, seeing all the articles. I think the only thing that isn't completely open to my knowledge is, like, play is sitting room, but all the bars that I used to go to just seem like they're back, and Broadway's crazy, like you mentioned. So
but it's crazy because I was honestly just looking at this because I was curious. I'm like, Tennessee's not, like, Ohio's worse than Tennessee right now, which is crazy because now they're talking about, I don't know.
Well, part of that's also probably because we already went through our little spike for now.
I remember when it first became a thing, I don't know if it was before the initial lockdown, but, like, Washington had, like, 2 cases, and I was like, oh my God, I'm kind of near Washington. And, like, it was like this thing that, like, if you're around a state that has, like, 6 cases, like, you better watch out. And now it's just like everybody has a connection to it.
Yeah. Remember, it's funny if you compare you know, the first little bit of quarantine. I remember when there were talks of, like, a 2-week deal, which I always had to work and stuff, but, like, I remember hurrying up and going to the grocery store on my lunch break to buy before they sold out. And that was during that phase where, like, we should wipe down everything.
Oh, yeah, you were, like, wiping down your groceries.
Yeah. I still do that. I am so paranoid. I will still do that. I'll, like, come in the house after I get groceries and I have both shots, and I'm just like, I'm wiping down everything. But yeah, at that time it was like nothing was available, toilet paper, paper towels, everything was gone. I remember walking to different like CVS around me, and if I found one, I was like freaking out and like ran back home.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was never too worried because my grandmother had like a son in the upstairs.
Oh, right.
She just kept buying toilet paper every time she saw it, and then she's still buying toilet paper every time she sees it.
that's how my mom is too. She stocked up on everything, and then she would be like, well, I can send you some. And I'm like, no, it's okay.
That would have been funny.
That's so
But it was just
sweet.
wild to go from that and people freaking out over, like, there's a case in the county that hit. Wipe all the groceries down to who cares about masks? There's like 1,300 new cases a day in the state, but we don't care. And so
Yeah. Well, there's like different like stages to quarantine that I feel like each person goes through. It was like anger, and then like disbelief, and then slowly fade into acceptance, and then numbness, and then a little bit of depression, and then you just go back to numbness.
It's like
And
the
I
whole
feel like,
cycle. Really.
yeah, you go through every emotion. And I feel like I'm finally at a place where I'm just like, if I went to a bar, I'd probably have like a panic attack. Like I don't know how to like socialize anymore. I just don't like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I want to, but one day.
Yeah, right. And I think that's been like the cool thing about stuff like this, or just like even like, Zoom calling friends and just see, like, at least virtually seeing people. It's like, if you can't see people in person, at least it's because, yeah, I feel that. It's the thought of like going out and like socializing with a bunch of people just sounds like impossible right now.
Yeah, and you moved to Nashville not too long ago either, so you kind of didn't get to experience a lot of that either.
Yeah, I've been here for almost a year now. I moved here in May last year. So like literally in the middle of the pandemic, everything was shut down. So it's really just been me, Hunter, and Faith throughout the whole thing.
But you'll like it when you get to go out. There's a bunch of, and Faith told me there's a bunch of cool bars and restaurants that have open, and I'm sure there's gonna be a ton more.
Oh,
But yeah, so.
for sure.
So here's what we can do. If you want to play a song, we'll chat some more, and then you can play another one. What do you think?
Okay, I'm down. Like right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice sound. Sounds like recording with you.
Oh my God, I remember recording and like having to have the lights like turned off and your little like star thing on because I was so nervous. I'm like, don't look at me while you do it. And then like having to work around the metronome.
I guess for anyone who sees this, I produced Sarah's EP, and so that's what we're talking about.
I
Yeah.
love all of the stories from that time.
Oh my God. It felt like I
There's
can't.
a different kind you can go with.
Oh,
so.
well, I just love that you guys would just like go get food and like, you know what I mean? Like,
I told Morgan it took us a lot longer to record it than it really should have because we were too busy deciding to go get food
Yeah.
at
was it Fido?
Fido all the time.
Oh my God. And I would put it off so much just because I'm such a nervous person that when it was time to record, I'm like, we could like go and like get other food. Like,
Yeah, right. Can we just like put it off for a little bit longer?
yeah.
Went to we also got food all the time from Sunflower.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Oh my God. I miss Sunflower. What was the other one? Oh, Wild Cow, right? In Eastside?
well, we only had Wild Cow
Yeah.
once.
I was just thinking the other vegan place. But yeah, we got Sunflower.
Oh,
Grace?
Grace.
Fido.
Grace. Well, we
Graze, yeah.
gone to Grace because I got rid of everything we wanted to eat. But that was,
They have like that menu that like always changes. And what was that thing that you always liked? I don't
it
know.
was some kind of pasta,
Yeah.
Alfredo stuff. Oh,
Man, that
it
sounds
really
good.
was killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sunflower's my favorite though. But anyways.
I literally was sitting here being like, when this is done, do I want to just drive to Sunflower? I'm not going to do that. But I thought about it.
I remember we would like get together on like a Friday and I'd be like, all right, we have like an hour to record because I want to go to play. And so
Or one time I was on the way to your house and you called me and said, hey, I can get tickets. We can get tickets to go see Mitski right now on StubHub for like $10.
$6, yeah.
And then I get there and we recorded and did like one track. And then
I
we
know. Well, it
Incredible.
worked out. But yeah, I'm gonna play a song off that EP, and it's called "Closer to You." So, and I like whisper sing, so I'm sorry in advance. Best friend had too much to drink. They swore they fought her for the keys. Well, I know 3 months short of 21st. And I still haven't been back to church. Well, I know but I've been praying ever since. God, if you're so mad at me, why don't you take me instead? And Mother Mary, full of grace, I still can't drive past her place. Well, I know and with hate in my heart and a cross on my neck, I block out all the things that I just can't accept. And if everything I hear is always just bad news, and how do I get closer to you? My girlfriend said when she came home, her mother took all the family photos of her down, and she swears she's over it. But she's still afraid to hold my hand when we're in public. And with hate in my heart and a cross on my neck, I block out all the things that I just can't accept. And if everything I hear is always just bad news, and how do I get closer to you? Yeah, how do I get closer to you?
awesome. Speaking of that EP, okay, so I'm gonna ask the loaded question. I know the answer, but for other people to know the answer, can you
If
explain
I just left, all you saw was this. Sorry.
what? Can you
Okay, sorry.
explain what ex nihilo means?
That is like the loaded question because I could go on a rant about it, but for the EP, I wanted it to be kind of like this cohesive thing, and ex nihilo is from Latin, everything from nothing, and from a religious standpoint, you know, God created everything from nothing, and dealing with that and kind of me coming to terms with, you know, my identity and things of that nature. I feel like in the South, it's pretty prevalent that people see the queer community as this kind of negative thing, a negative connotation. I wanted it to be perceived as, if God created everything in his image and he's this perfect being and he created us, then why are we such imperfect things? And there were a lot more avenues that I went down, but that's kind of the gist of it. And so I named it that, and then I kind of wanted to give what I thought it meant, and so I added like a little half song into it, called Ex Nihilo, and I'm trying to remember the lyrics. I don't even remember the lyrics anymore, but basically that's it. It was just kind of dealing with how my identity is correlated to religion and the struggles, and I saw a lot of it in the South with my friends and things of that nature, and kind of wanting to make that the major theme of the EP. So that was a roundabout answer, but
That's pretty good. So
yeah.
I remember the lyrics of that. I remember the opening line was everything from nothing to tell me.
Oh yeah.
That's
everything from nothing. Tell me what you wanted, made with all this love, and then you take it from me. Do I need salvation if I was created in your name by some mistake, and then it defines me? That was a creepy song. I remember when we recorded it, I didn't want to do it in 2 takes because I just hate recording so much. And then we had like this little like shitty piano, and
well, you might think there was the problem with the click. So.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even a shitty piano actually. It was your piano. It was a nicer piano, but we just put the mic there, and I like sang over the notes, and like we were worried about like you being able to hear the click of the piano, and I was like, I just don't want to do 2 takes. And then she just added all these effects to make it like kind of creepier sounding. So
the best part,
that track did turn out really cool.
Yeah, I think that was one of the most fun parts we did, because also when we had Allison do and we had that crazy stuff, and then I had that cool Ebo part. That's the only your EP is the only thing that Ebo got used
that
on.
Ebo, and I remember being so for the violin and her like plucking the random strings. And I'm like, oh my god, what if it's not the same note? And it didn't matter. It just sounded like this like a weird noise in the background. And I'm like, I just want it to sound like a haunted house. So yeah.
It did sound like a haunted house.
Very creepy, yeah.
Somehow that reminds me, and this is not related to your music, but I need you to go look it up because you'll be all into it. We watched that Promising Young Woman movie the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And in the last part of the movie, they do a creepy version of Toxic that's like Strings by Britney Spears, and I could see you getting really into it.
Wait, what movie was it?
Promising Young Woman.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
But I bet the soundtrack has the Toxic song on it. You should.
Yeah, I'll have to listen. I know Melanie Martinez did. It wasn't creepy, but like a left of center version of it when she was on The Voice, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, it was like very acoustic, and
I actually watched it.
Yeah, but it was good. But I'll have to watch the movie. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, we watched it the other day. But I remember that song star. I was like, is this what I think it is? But it's really cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you said haunted house. Cool. So what are some of your most listened to artists at the moment?
At the moment, I feel like I haven't been listening to music as much as I used to, because I used to just drive around and listen. But I mean, Rustin Kelly is always like my top. His new album's really good. Phoebe, obviously. I love her new album. It's
Oh my
so
god.
good.
So good.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that, Big Thief a lot, and then Adrian's stuff. My girlfriend listens to Big Thief constantly, so
Yes.
I'm getting back into that. But her new album, her solo album is really, really good. And I'm trying to think of what else. I don't even know. Like, I always fall back into my old stuff, so I need new recommendations. So if you guys have anything, need new stuff.
I don't know. I don't listen to as much either now. So today, the last 2 days, I've been listening to old Paramore, which was really interesting.
What was your favorite Paramore album? I think I know, but
110% Brandy Wise.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. But I will say that until yesterday, I didn't fully appreciate the self-titled record for being as good as it is.
Self-titled's good. I feel like it's darker, but I like it. It feels angry. But yeah. So.
Yeah, that I listened to old Avril Lavigne too the other
Oh my
day.
gosh, yes.
I don't know. Phoebe gets played a lot around here.
Morgan, you like Phoebe?
Oh my gosh. We literally have a painting on our wall that's like inspired by that.
Oh,
We love that.
yeah, I've seen that. What was I gonna say? Do you like that or Stranger in the Alps better?
The new one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. The new one.
But yeah, there's not a lot. I don't listen to a lot. And then a
It's
lot
not
of
a lot
pop
of
music.
podcasts.
A lot of pop music. Yeah, we're on a big podcast kick.
What do you like? I just fall into My Favorite Murder, but what about you?
Oh.
So we've been listening to. It's funny because long story short, there's one that's blowing up right now, and it's called "We're Having Gay Sex."
I listen to that too.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that one's
It's
probably
good.
one of our favorites. And then Gara has a podcast called In Baby that's really good too.
And
Okay.
I listened to one called Pants, the actresses that play Shane and Alice off the L Word.
Wait, what's it called?
Pants.
Oh. There were like a few that I listened to. There's not many. I'll like listen to random like psychology or NPR, but We're Having Gay Sex is a good one because it's like one of the few that exist. There's some parts of it that I'm like, I'm gonna skip over because I don't really care about like your one night stands. But they have good like guest stars come on and stuff. They have like pretty big people actually. I was surprised, but
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, Query. I was
That's
gonna
what I was gonna
say.
oh yeah,
That one. That
Brandy-
one's good.
Brandy Carlisle just did a recent episode of that one, as well as one with Brene Brown.
I was gonna say she did two Yeah, that was the
That's
other
the
one.
other one.
That was a good one.
they had one a while ago. I haven't kept up with Query, but they had one and it was like the producer or creator or something of the original L Word. And it was before Generation Q came out, and then they were talking about like the shift and like how it's gonna transition. So that was good. But
I know, honestly, over quarantine, even just recently, I finally finished watching I watched like Gen Q before the original, and then we watched the original together like over quarantine, like FaceTime and everything, and finally just finished it, and now we're like, we should just like go back and watch Gen Q again. And just...
yeah, well we did that too. We watched Gen Q. I love it so much. I like
honestly,
the original, but it's like I kind of feel, I mean it is dated because it's dated, but it feels like the actors feel a little bit old, and I don't know. I love the new series, and I was so upset that they obviously because of quarantine they couldn't do the second season. But it was really good. I liked it a
Oh,
lot.
actually, they're about to wrap season 2 filming.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in May, I think. Because I know that because I listen to Pants.
What do you guys think happens? I don't know. I mean,
I was gonna use this as a segue to say, Team Danny or Team Finn?
oh, Finn for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
100%. Everyone has a crush on Danny, and that's understandable. But no, I don't like Danny. Finn has her own problems, but so I don't know. I like Finn.
Factor for Finn.
I think anyone who's Team Danny, they are distracted by her looks
Yeah.
while they're singing.
Well, what do you think is
Outside
gonna
of
happen?
that,
Who do
not
you think she's gonna choose?
What?
Who do you think she's gonna choose?
You know, the more if they want to go, I think it's gonna be Finn just because that's gonna be a more dramatic answer. They could go
Yeah.
so much further with that.
There were so many like problematic things with that whole love triangle or what have you, like
Yeah.
with her just not telling her fiance that was on like about to go to Hawaii. You could have like texted him and was like, hey, I'm thinking about something else. And then with Danny, I can't even remember, but she was just all over the place, not likable to me. And Finn was Finn, but
I remember the thing where, crap, what's Danny's fiance's name?
Wait,
No
Danny,
one remembers her name. We just remember the other.
Ben.
Well, anyways, her mom ends up in the hospital, and then
Right.
That was her grandma.
she's like, "Don't worry about coming to see me," and then
She doesn't.
serum
Yeah.
makes her go, and it's like, honey, she tells you not to go, but like you have to.
Oh,
You're
right.
supposed to know that you're supposed to go.
Yeah, and she was so focused on her work that she just was mean to girl with no name, and I just didn't
Also,
like that.
more problematic on that. What's more problematic is a lot of things from the original show when you watch it back now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Transphobic. What else?
Jenny, just in general, but you know.
Yeah, the whole Jenny thing is. Well, that's a different kind of problematic.
Okay, well, since you watched all of it, who do you think kills Jenny?
Well, they in Gen Q, they're like.
They don't even talk about it.
No,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
they say she.
In Gen Q?
They ruled
Yeah.
it as a suicide, and like that's what they tell you in Gen Q. But I mean, I guess theoretically, I mean, if you really want to like look at, you can dig into it and be like, well, they ruled it as a suicide, but she still could have been killed. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I'll say two things. First, I'll say for you, what they say in Gen Qs, it's when Bet's running.
Yeah, I remember now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like a PR person is like, is there anything we need to know about that might come up? And she said, oh, someone died on my property once, but it was ruled a suicide. So that's how they ruled it. But I think if I pick someone to have killed Jenny Schechter, how I would pick it out is which character do I think is actually capable of doing it?
What do you think?
And I think Bet would be the answer.
Honestly, I was thinking. I mean, you just think about
I
that
can't-
moment when they're on that like balcony or whatever.
Yeah, I think Bet could actually like go through with it if necessary, but like
That's fair.
someone else is going to. Like, let's imagine Alice trying to kill a person.
I feel like Alice had the most motive, but the way that it lined up, it just didn't seem like anyone even pushed her. But then it also doesn't seem like she had reason to do it, like kill herself. So I don't know. I think it was like, I don't even know. Like they did it and then they left it to suspense, but the way that they lined it up, no theories make sense.
But also, like, while they had that really great twist in there, that ending was just awful. They're just like strutting into the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all smiling, strutting from their cars. But also, did you ever see, you can find them on YouTube and stuff, but they are, I guess they were like, it was bonus footage to like the DVD set or something back in the day. But like, there are videos where it's like interrogation tapes
Mm-hmm.
from them going to the station that night with each character.
Oh, no. I have to check that out.
And in that, they like reveal some other things from the show. I don't remember everything, but like it's revealed that Shane, remember when, what was that place? It had like the skate park and was she cut hair there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It caught on fire. It reveals that she's who burned it down.
What?
Also, like, the one thing about the new season that I thought was so funny, I know, like, no one really liked Jenny, but they had the entire bar, like that new bar that Shane bought, and they're like, we're gonna call it Dana's. And then they all, like, have a moment outside of it, and they're like, oh, we miss Dana. And I was like, there's, like, no talk of Jenny. Like, Jenny also died.
Yeah.
But
Dana was on an episode of Pants recently. They
Dana
had
was so funny.
they had the actress who I can't remember her name who played Dana,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking. They're like, you know, it'd be cool if like we brought you back on the new season and you just played a totally different character.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, honestly, could we? And they were talking about this like theory where like she could play someone who's kind of like Alice. I mean, like Dana, but is not.
Yeah.
But it's like very opposite. And then people being like, Alice, do you not see it?
Oh, that would be interesting.
I was like, that would be funny.
Yeah.
I like her current girlfriend, so we'll leave it alone. But
There's so many different characters in the initial, like, all the different girlfriends that it's, like, hard for me to even keep track. I know I like Dana. There were, like, quite a few characters that I feel like I didn't like, but I can't even remember their names anymore. But
Okay, but speaking of her Alice's new girlfriend, that's Tig?
Oh,
is that Tig?
Did you know
Tig Notaro?
Tig Notaro's wife
Yeah.
is the actress who plays Alice's girlfriend on the new one?
Really?
Which Tig also has a very interesting podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they said Bet was the girl who plays Bet is the only one that like wasn't queer from the first series. But
What's that?
yeah.
I learned she doesn't even watch the show. Doesn't
Oh, yeah.
She literally saw a little bit from the pilot and that's it. So she was also on Pants and talked about it. But
Not that I ever would, but if I were ever offered a role in the initial L Word and they showed me the pilot, I would be like, eh.
Yeah.
Because there's so much sex. Like, it's so there. It's like the first season, or first episode rather. But yeah, I don't know. I like the new series a little bit better.
I also love when you first start the first season back, pull out a phone or something, and you're like,
yeah,
oh man, this dates it.
it
Also,
feels like
Emma, thanks for popping in the chat there.
what's up, Spy Kid?
Oh, I forgot that you call her that.
Yeah, I don't. It's such a stupid nickname.
What?
Such a stupid nickname.
Yeah.
I'm sure she hates it, but anyways.
So so we sent you a shirt and you picked out
A
that
vulnerability is in.
Well,
Also,
you're actually wearing one as well.
nice. I went to CVS today and someone complimented it. So
Oh, there you go. There you go.
yeah.
I'm proud of you now. I wish I had done it instead of saying it out loud. But anyway, so what's that shirt mean to you? Why was it your pick?
Because man, I don't know. I feel like I'm not very vulnerable. 99% of the time. The only time I'm vulnerable is I try to be in my music, and that's primarily just because I don't think anyone's going to hear it, and so I can just kind of word vomit. But obviously, it's important to be vulnerable, and saying it's a cool thing is always a good way to let it out. So
yeah, I think it's a really great way to like practice because it's not easy. It's really not.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely
Also,
have walls up, and the only time that I can kind of say or express or whatever I'm going through is generally in a song. So yeah.
and also people always there's still people out there who see it as a weakness instead of a strength. So
Oh yeah, for sure. I think with like I don't know, I think it's starting to like fall back a little bit, and like people are more open to talking about therapy and like being vulnerable and like not seeing it as a weakness, which is awesome. I still need to get on board with that, some of those things, but
I feel that this one has definitely taught me a lot. So.
yeah, there you go.
oh yeah, we have it always feels like therapy sessions sometimes at night for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. Also, so any new projects planned or like writing? What's going on with that? What are you thinking?
No, I mean, to be completely honest, with the quarantine, like with moving around a bit and like from LA to Pittsburgh and I'm moving again, like there's been so much stress and fog in my brain that I feel like the only time I can write, and I don't really push myself to write, which I should sometimes, but is like whenever I'm in like a stable part of my life. And so I look forward to writing more, but for the most part, I kind of have just been like laying low in quarantine. So I want to, slowly start to put out. I have a couple like songs in the back burner Faith knows about, obviously, but I want to start putting out new stuff and playing out when I move and things of that nature. But as of now, I'm just trying to like get my head straight and find my next adventure in my new city. So yeah,
Good deal. It sounds very exciting. I can't wait to hear it.
yeah.
I mean, maybe you've heard it, but I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, it's all kind of, I mean, it's not up in the air, but it's I always like freak out moving, and so I'm excited to move again, but I'm also like obviously stressed. So
That's fair. It's really exciting though.
yeah.
One funny thing about you is that you will have literally lived in the two biggest cities during the pandemic, like the top two cities that are like the.
I know. I went from like Nashville and being like, oh, I kind of like want a bigger city. Nashville is just too small, and then moved to LA, and I'm like, and then moved to New York.
Yeah, right.
I'm excited though. New York is great because it's like I'll get to be with Jackie, and I'm also like 5 hours on a bus ride from Pittsburgh, my home. So it'll be nice. I'm excited. It's like intimidating because it's such a big city, but LA was kind of the same way. So
Yeah. Have you been to New York before? Like,
I went for a Taylor Swift concert, and
Yeah.
that's
I didn't know that.
what.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went. I don't even know how old I was. Maybe like 21, 22. But I went like very like Times Square type of like tourist stuff. So.
oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh, and then I went a second time. I forgot to visit Jackie, so I went twice. Yeah, I stayed in Harlem and stuff.
I remember that now.
It was like recent, and I was like, no, haven't been.
Well, I remember I originally planned to come visit you when you lived in LA, but COVID said no, so maybe I'll do this one.
Yeah, you guys should come visit for sure.
Yeah, well, this one definitely loves New York, so.
Oh yeah, we can come see a Broadway show, hang out.
I've never been to a theater production outside of the high school as an adult.
Well, I want to say hi to Anna in the chat there.
Oh,
But
what's up, Anna? I used to go to Taylor Swift concerts with her too.
oh my god.
Wait, you said
Taylor Swift.
What did you say?
I used to go to Taylor Swift shows with her.
Okay, so I'm taking this as a good moment to share with everyone my favorite hidden fact about you is that you would go to Taylor Swift shows and you'd buy tickets very up in the like,
Yeah, I used to do that with.
You would work really hard to be one of the chosen ones to go up front.
Yeah, Anna knows all about it. Well,
wait, the chosen ones? I don't know about this.
the chosen ones.
I don't.
We bought. So we went to Pittsburgh. We got like pit, so like whatever, and then we went to Cleveland, and we bought nosebleed seats, and they were like very cheap, and I literally had a costume on, like Christmas lights, a fanny pack to hold the batteries, and like the thing is, like if you act crazy and you're a super fan,
Yeah.
like her team could pick you to like meet her or like get an upgrade on seats or whatever. So we were like, we're gonna meet her. And then we went all out. Like literally I saw pictures from the other side of the arena and people could see us, but we were just dancing like crazy to the opener, which like wasn't like, it was like Need to Breathe. It wasn't like dancing music.
I saw that tour.
Yeah, and by the time she played her first song, her mom came out to us and was like, do you know who I am? And I was like, yes. But we didn't get to meet her. We got like it was like a B stage, like a separate stage. But I got to hug her, and my Christmas lights got stuck in her hair. So ha.
Wow,
Almost
that's quite a memory right there.
Not many can say that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, security got called on you for dancing once?
Mhm.
Oh, fun. So how many times have you been picked out of that how many times have you been picked out at a Taylor Swift concert?
I think twice. Once for Cleveland and once in New York City, which was insane because it was at MSG and there were a ton of people there, and we got picked to go to like the like front pit or whatever, and I brought this girl that like did not like Taylor Swift, did not want to dance, and I was like, you're gonna dance. And by like the end we got picked and she did not care, and I was like, this is an honor. But
this is an honor. You're the chosen ones.
yeah, we were the chosen ones.
Oh man.
So
all right, well, before we start wrapping up, do you want to play another song for us?
yeah, I'm down. Oh, I did the same noise. So this song is also from the EP. It's called Januarius.
Best one.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be hard. I told Faith I like whisper sing, and I was like, I don't even know if I should use a guitar pick. So, yeah. My apologies if you can't hear me well, but this is.
I mean, we can hear you fine on the last one, so.
Oh, cool. Okay. And I spit out my reasons on why I don't think I'll be happy. And you don't get upset when I say that you're better without me. Oh, it's self-deprecation and drinking just to fall asleep. Wake up in the morning, shake it off and repeat. And I scream that I'm leaving, but you know that I never will. But I've got all the nerve and some demons that I need to kill. And you say I've been changing, I'm not who you think I should be. Wake up in the morning, shake it off and repeat. And I think that I'll ruin every good thing that I have. And I think that you knew it. You said love me despite all that. But if it's all that I am, and I can't tell anymore if it's all getting better or worse. If you made me this way, is it my fault or is it yours? All the sins that I'm stained with for loving someone shamelessly. Wake up in the morning, shake it off and repeat. And I think that I'll ruin every good thing that I have. And I think that you knew it. You said love me despite all that. But if it's all that I am, all the things that you are and the things that I'm not. It's been 25 years and I can't turn it off. I'll just cry in my car in a church parking lot. Every line that you drew, we both knew that I'd cross. Always built in a falls just to fall on my knees and praying to a God that had stopped listening. Call it self-sabotage. I'm compelled to believe that the Christ that I carry is burying me in a thing that I ruin every good thing that I have. And I think that you knew it. You said, love me despite all of that. But if it's all that I am, I'm scared that it's all that I am. Yeah.
Awesome. When you were playing that, I was thinking about when you text me and you're like, we kind of rewrote the song musically, and then I was like, all right, you just gotta write a bridge, and the next day you're like, I wrote one, but I think it's too much, and then you sent me a voice memo, I went, this is great.
I remember, I was literally at my job. I was like picking up car parts or something at like O'Reilly's, and I was like next in line, and I was like, every line that you and then I like ran to my car, I was like singing into like my audio recordings, and then I came to you and I was like, I don't know what to do with this, but
yeah, that's my favorite part.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it was both like whenever we did that was like our favorite part of the EP, just because it was so dramatically heavy. And like I remember like coming home and wanting to like talk to my friends, but I haven't talked to them because I moved away, and like wanting to say all these things, and like getting in my car and like thinking of what to say, and like I just ended up driving into my church parking lot and like crying and like getting angry and like coming to terms with all this stuff. And that's kind of like what went into, I guess, finishing the song and then titling it that. But yeah.
Another fun moment that I want to bring up, just because I thought about it, was when we recorded the intro stuff, because like we were literally you walking across the floor, and then I remember we tried to record like a sink turning on. And I was like, your roommate's gonna come home and we're just over here with a mic and the water running.
I remember Megan, the one time we were doing, I don't know if it was Ex Nihilo or what, or no, it was like the sermon that we put in the intro. Oh, yeah. We were like blasting it, and she texted me and was like, are you guys listening to church or something? But yeah, I remember for that intro, you were a trooper because I was so picky. I remember we recorded traffic for background noise, but I wanted the traffic to be from my old apartment. So we like drove to West End to get like a particular street. And I was like, okay, this is good. And then like I went to St. Januarius for like Christmas, and like I was like recording like footsteps in St. Januarius. So literally everything in the intro and the outro was like dealing with my friends, my family, like, and every background noise was like pertinent to like that part of my life. And so I mean, it doesn't much matter, no one's gonna know it, but like just having that in there and knowing that the traffic came from my old apartment and like the footsteps came from like the church and like all these random things, like I just wanted it to like feel like I was in that moment. So it was really cool. They like stuck it out with me and did all that.
I love that specificity. Like
I'm gonna have to play it back for her and point out everything.
Yeah, now that I have like this new context for it, I'm
I listened to the whole thing like in order recently, and I was like, oh, I forgot we did this. Oh, I forgot we did this.
I was such a maniac for the details. Like for the intro, the date was Stonewall, and I wanted the intro to be like kind of what I touched on with like being in the South and people seeing like the queer community is this like thing you have to repent for. And so I like secretly did all these audio recordings of my friend and like pulled audio from videos of like all my friends in that community like having a good time and showing that they're great people, and like all of this like combined, and then like making this like really quick stop and then like going into this sermon called Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God. It was like this scare tactic of like, God is holding you over the depths of hell, and if you don't repent for your sins, then he will have no mercy and drop you into hell, and blah blah blah. And it was like a dramatic comparison, but at times it felt like left of center people or people in the community or what have you were being ostracized for like just being who they are. And so I wanted it to be this really dramatic thing. And so we went through all these like voice recordings of all our friends and like added them all together. So yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. And so Saint Januarius, I don't know if I said that right. So that's the church that you used to go to.
Yeah, you did say it right. Yeah, it was a church. Well, it is a church. They're closing it now, but it's in my hometown. And yeah, I went there growing up. My dad painted a lot of the parts of it, which is cool, and weddings there and kind of everything. So it was the church, the Catholic church that I basically grew up in. So
yeah. So just because I also have that good old Catholic background, I'm curious. Who do you know who they're the patron saint of, or what they're the patron saint of?
My goodness, I used to remember, and now I don't. But I remember the only thing I know is that there is like they kept some of Saint Januarius's blood, and they say on a specific day, I don't know if his birthday or whatever, but it boils. So,
that is a fun fact.
I remember us talking about this now.
But I forget the most important thing, which is what he was known for. But
Don't worry,
his blood.
I'm curious.
I'm like, actually, how fast can I Google this?
Yeah, but there's a fun little fact about it.
I remember the blood thing.
Where do they keep the blood? Is it like over in
at the church? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Probably Rome. I'm not sure, but
nice.
I was like, it's right down the street.
Yeah, like you could never really get rid of that church.
Yeah, we see it all the time.
Interesting.
It liquefies on
feast day.
Which is like,
Okay, I don't know. I'm not Catholic. I don't know. Sarah and I sat one time and had a whole talk about the differences and like.
That was like our like pregame for going out. We would like hang out, get like Fido to talk about like religious turmoil, and then go to see our friends, and then go out and like not remember anything else.
You can totally see that.
Yeah.
If there's anything Faith likes to talk about, it is religious turmoil.
Yeah. Well, that was our favorite topic. And then Taylor too. Our friend Taylor Jansen would come to town. She's from Canada, and like we would talk about all this in-depth stuff, but it's only when me and her would be drinking. So like by the end of the night, when she was very drunk, she'd be like, "Let's talk about religion."
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, before we wrap up, is there any socials or anything you want to shout out to check you out on?
Yeah, my Instagram is Stawski Music. Same with my Twitter. My Twitter is just a bunch of like rambling, so it's not anything crazy, but
your Twitter is funny.
Okay, my Twitter's funny. And yeah, I'm not on the TikTok game, but just those two things. Stawski Music.
Nice. And where can we find your music?
Spotify, and it's Stawski. So yeah.
Awesome.
All caps.
All caps. Yeah, that's imperative.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and sharing your songs and sharing your story. It's been really fun.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing this. This is awesome, and I love the merch, so thank you for the shirt.
You're welcome.
We look forward to one day, maybe in a post-COVID world, who can imagine, we can come visit you.
Oh my goodness. Yes, come to New York. I'll come to Nashville.